I remember one time I bought a ring for my wife on eBay,
Yeah,
and it said natural ruby. It came in, and I think he even had some like certificate from some shady organization,
of course.
and it looked too good to be true.
Right.
So I had a buddy of mine in New York. I gave it to him. He sent it to GIA and came out to be lab. It just looked way too good to be true. And at least the guy refunded me. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know about it." I'm pretty sure he knew.
Well, I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and the him giving you your money back. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
right thing to do. As soon as you found out,
He didn't give me money back for the GIA though. I should have pushed him for that.
I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would have credited you back all your costs,
I think it was like a couple of $100 or something.
but I've never made that mistake. So, I mean, I will never make that mistake. And actually, according to SEC, I'm actually held to a much higher standard. So if I sell you a diamond that's not certified, and I have to put the color down, I have to put the clarity down, I have to, and the weight down on a receipt, right? And you take it to the GIA, and I'm more than one color grade or one clarity grade off, you can sue me for the whole value of the ring.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And that's because you're a gemologist?
specifically because I'm a graduate gemologist.
Yeah. And not all jewelers are gemologists, right?
Most aren't. So, okay, so I did not come from a family of jewelers. So it's not like, I grew up in my dad's jewelry store or something like that, and I saw diamonds all day since I was 12 years old, which is the average of the industry. Most of this industry is, it's a family growing business. And then you have the corporate side, and then you have like the family jewelry side. So, so on the family side, you have somebody, you're 10, 12 years old, you're sitting in the jewelry store studying, and then also looking at diamonds, and helping the parents. And then that's how you get into that business. Right. So for me, since I did not come from that background, becoming a graduate gemologist was paramount, because a tiny mistake is a lot of money. It's a huge amount of money. A 3-carat diamond, the guy comes in, he shows it to you, and it has treatment. Well, there you go.
What's treatment on a diamond?
So a natural diamond can be treated either through HPHT, so high pressure, high temperature, and that'll change the color. And that's a permanent treatment.
So it's like faking a color, essentially.
It's improving the color.
And that makes it less valuable?
That will make it less valuable. Then there's laser, where they'll actually do a laser drill hole to get the little particles out of the diamond and then fill it with glass.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty bad.
You again, not having experience and seeing these things can get you in a lot of trouble. It's really, really expensive mistakes, right? And then there's fracture filling, where, there's a big fracture in the stone, and then they fill it with a glass-like substance, and you look at it and it's like, oh, it's a really pretty diamond. And then you find out it's worthless.
That just makes me think, like, unless you either have to trust your jeweler or you have to make sure it's GIA certified, or both.
I would say both.
Yeah.
There are occasions where something walks into the store, and then a jeweler buddy calls you and says, "Hey, you should buy this thing." It's walking in my store. I don't want it, but secondhand, it's a good deal and you should get it. That's where that trust will come in. But even I will send all diamonds to the GIA, even when I'm buying them off for any reason.
Does GIA make mistakes?
No.
Impossible. Wow.
I've never seen. They may have if you dispute it. So let's say I think it's an I in color and GIA says it's a J in color. You can dispute it, but you will still be wrong, because they have 3 graders will look at a diamond, and it's blind. It's 100% blind.
They have to reach a consensus.
They have to reach a consensus.
Oh, that's
so if
interesting.
this guy says it's an I, and then the next person says that it's J, and then the next person says that it's I, then the grade is I. Okay. Now, if it's three different colors, I think it's I, K, J. Then it goes to the fourth guy and fifth guy, and they have, if you're a graduate gemologist, the only way you can get a tour of the lab is to become a graduate gemologist. And we got a tour of the lab, and they have just a line of graders. And that's all they do. And they will only grade color from 8 a.m. until noon, because the amount of light that's inside versus when somebody goes outside into the sun, burn out your eyes. It'll change, the way that you see. So color is only graded from 8 to noon.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah. So it's absolutely wild. So, and it's incredible. And it's double blind. So you submit your diamond. The only person that knows that you submitted the diamond is the person at the register, because then it gets an assignment number, and that assignment number, goes into the system. So it's not like, and they put it in their own paper too. So it's not like you can write a nice little note on the inside of the paper what color and clarity grade you want it to be or anything like that. So that's why the GIA is held to a very high standard.
And I'm assuming the other certifications are not as rigorous.
I'm not going to say all of them, but there are.
Which are some of the trustworthy ones?
I'm just going to say a GIA for this podcast, just because they're the standard. Right, so there is AGS that I
But which one would you trust? Like
GIA, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
GIA.
Why go anywhere else?
What if like a diamond comes through with already certification from another credible or semi-credible organization?
If it's somebody that I
you
feel
still would recheck.
I would still send it to GIA, because I'm only selling GIA diamonds anyway, right? So
even for lab.
For lab, no, lab IGI. And GIA.
Why would you make the distinction?
Cost. Because I'm only selling really high color and clarity grades, and then IGI has made themselves kind of the standard for lab-grown diamonds.
And who's IGI? They're for-profit? What's the...
All other labs other than GIA are for-profit, but they have not been known to give generous grades.
Are they similar, like in the sense that they have to have 3 people, or like
I don't know.
The time of day?
I have not done a tour of their laboratory, but they have become the standard for lab-grown diamonds.
What about bigger lab-grown or like
Same.
More sensitive? Always.
I mean, look, IGI, GIA. Again, I'm only dealing in extremely high color and clarity, and then also I'm checking it too. So just because it says something on a piece of paper, doesn't necessarily mean that's what I'm going to agree with. They may say that the cut grade is ideal. I'm looking at the diamond, I'm like, that doesn't look brilliant to me. So why, as a graduate gemologist, I'm taking my expertise, and I will put it on above and beyond. Just because a piece of paper says something does not necessarily mean that I am going to tell a client, look, I think this is ideal or better, or excellent or whatever, based on a piece of paper. I look at the diamond, I show the client the diamond, I'm like, this looks amazing. This is what your diamond should look like, and that's how I have my own level of standards. Even against the GIA. GIA has an excellent cut grade for round cut diamonds. For the cut grade, you have excellent, very good, fair, and poor. Okay, I would say 7 out of 10 natural diamonds from the GIA that I sell are in the very good category, because you can't get an excellent grade unless you're within specific parameters, right? So if your crown angle is off by a degree, that's it. No excellent grade. You're done. Right. So, but you look at the diamond and like, oh my God, it's sparkling brilliant, and it can look better than a lot of excellent cuts. And that's where you find value in some of this stuff as well.